I have Black friends, I have Asian friends. I don't see a difference, I just see my friend. If you don't notice a difference between their experiences and yours, what do you mean by friend? And what purpose do statements like that serve? Maybe you've heard them or even said these things like, I have a Black girlfriend, so, or my wife is Asian, so, my uncle married an Asian lady, or my aunt married a Black man, so I have nieces and nephews who are. I have indigenous blood on my mother's side, so. Or I work alongside Muslim people, I study alongside Muslim people, of course. Does talking about that act as currency toward the I can't be racist because I have these people in my life defense? Because the truth is that's not how that works. Saying things like that, it falls under the same umbrella as the I don't see color defense that we talked about last month. I don't see color, I don't see race, I just see my friend, I just see my family. When you say that, or when anyone says that, it's often not said with the person of color in mind. Because it's not about us, it's about the person saying it. Because they say that to separate themselves from the bad ones. So instead of getting angry alongside us at the injustices, the inequality, the mistreatment that we face, they choose to make these claims to make themselves look good. It's not about us, it has everything to do with the person saying it. You don't have to know somebody to wish them justice and equal rights. You can just want people to have justice and equal rights because they are people, and that is reason enough. It is the ethical thing to do, and it is the righteous thing to do. And to say that you don't see differences between you and others, you have to see those differences because a lot of challenges that people of color face, and these are people that are supposedly important to you because they're worth mentioning in conversations like this, a lot of challenges that they face is because of those differences, and there are places that their voices can't reach and things their presence can't achieve because of the color of their skin, their physical features, the language, the cultures, their beliefs. And you have to see that, you have to acknowledge that, and then act if you actually want to help. And it's a common mistake to believe that noticing how people are different is racist. No, noticing what's the difference between you and others is not racist. But what is racist is the purposeful exclusion because of those differences, the forced assimilation to suppress those differences. That is racist. The exploitation of these differences, especially at the expense of these people, is racist, and the erasure of those differences is racist, with emphasis on erasure. And when you say that you don't see a difference, it is dismissing our color, it's dismissing our physical features, it's dismissing our language, our culture, our heritage, our land, us. You're not seeing us, and you have to if you actually want to help, because there are people that make biased judgments based on those differences, consciously or not, and those judgments make the life of people of color very hard. And a common rebuttal to that is, well, I was also bullied. I also had a hard life. My parents had to fight for this. My grandparents had to work for that. Talking about other people's struggles, it does not invalidate your own. It doesn't invalidate what your parents went through. It doesn't invalidate what your grandparents went through. Those experiences and the feelings held from that time are completely legitimate. So before you express your frustrations about those hardships to people who are also struggling, just consider, why did that happen? Whether it was a financial struggle, a medical emergency, lost employment or education opportunities, the lack of social safety nets that should have been there. What was the cause of that? Because it's the same people in power who uphold a system that was put in place to oppress people of color, and that system also failed you. So direct your frustration to them, not us, because we're on the same side here. And if you know how hard those times are or were, why would you wish that on anyone else? We should be on the same side. The argument of I have Black friends. I have Asian friends. I had a hard time too. Those are very harmful things to say, and it's not allyship. Because it's not about what you have. It's about what you do. And if what you do is just proudly announce, my husband is Black, my cousins are Asian, I work alongside Muslim people, I have indigenous family too, that doesn't accomplish anything. And those statements don't exempt you or excuse you from racism, being disrespectful or hurtful to these people in your life. I'm not saying that you are. I'm not saying that you will. I'm saying that statements like that don't have the effect that you might think it does. An example of this is most men have a grandmother, a mother, sisters, girlfriend, wife, daughters. They have women in their lives, yet they still disrespect, harass, and assault, kill women. So you see how that argument doesn't hold water? Your proximity to these people, it doesn't exempt you from harming them. It's just something to think about. When you say you have a relationship or a connection to a group of people, what is that supposed to accomplish? What is the purpose of that? Because it might not have the impact that you hope it does. And if you actually want to be an ally, if you want to help, it's not about what you have. It's about what are you doing. Thank you for listening.